Oh, okay. Well, good morning, Johnny. It's 7:23 a.m. So I imagine you're talking to Samina now. And the first thing that came to me was like again because I'm just really tapped into being highly effective, you know, as opposed to efficient. So what I'm present to is, and it's just a fact. It's just like I'm not upset in any way. Maybe a little bit of disappointment, but not, you know, but not really. I think maybe that was like yesterday and on the 22nd. But the reality is, John, is that we missed the opportunity for this to happen for this session, and that's a fact. So there is an impact, bro. Um, and yes, you deliver when it matters. And I just choose to look at the good and the opportunity and everything rather than like make it wrong. So the reality is that, see, if you would have given me the draft on the 22nd as you promised, and you, as I understand, I was so looking forward to it, and I told Samina, like, let's stay out of John's way, don't send him any more information so that, we're not, and let's just trust him, and then, don't micromanage him and don't give him any more information. Just let him have the peace to deliver on his promise to me. And then, Smee and I were talking. It says, like, I don't even know. Like, even when I give him the space, and like, no matter what I do, it just seems like you got a 50-50 chance of John being his word. And that's just the way it is, right? You just kind of, you get used to each other. And the reality is, if you had given me the draft on the 22nd, what I would have done is like gotten some feedback and then got it to Trevor by Tuesday or Wednesday with a personal video so that he have time to process it, and then, and we could have been talking about that. Um, but now that it's Wednesday, I give you feedback, then it's Thursday, and then I send it to Trevor like, either tonight or tomorrow. It's just it's selfish of me now because it's like it's too close to when the actual session is, and I don't want to put this shit, my self-interest, into Trevor's space like 1 or 2 days before the appointment. So the whole plan got kiboshed because of you not delivering by when you said. But I see this as an opportunity. I'm just going to pause right now because in terms of efficiency, if it's so basically, I want to ask. I've seen this on TV where they say like it's like in politics or something in the cabinet, and I defer my talk and pass it over to the gentleman of the. Uh, so what I'd like to do is whatever time that you put aside to work with me on this tonight. Um, I'd like to ask you to put the same heart, dedication, and time into whatever I'm going to suggest now after I meditate. So I'll edit it so you don't have to watch me edit just being silent for 20 minutes. And and then what I'll do is I still am going to give feedback on this, but I think what I'll do is yeah, it's just the opportunity to talk about this with Trevor on Friday. It doesn't it's not going to work. So that means that we'll have to do it with Trevor like next month. So the end of July. And in the meantime, I'll be like talking with Trevor and like after the session, and like I'll get permission. Hey Trevor, can I send you this thing? Tell him the story behind it. And get some, that way it's okay to get some feedback from him and bring it to you next week while you stay in the momentum of like whatever comes to me right now is the best thing you can do to help us, meaning Samina or I, make money. So that's what I just got to pause and think about, or not think about, just pause and be silent. Okay. I think I got it, John. Okay, so what we want to do is, well, let me show you. Let me show you the inside scoop here. So we've got, I just assigned this many people to the All Addictions Anonymous membership site as of yesterday. So sorry, I should say it differently. This is the total number of people that are now in the All Addictions Anonymous sequence. And that's 1,237. If you look at how many leads we have in total, we have 1,295. So what we want to start doing is, because I believe I've done major edits on, it's almost like I'm not even using the design of your 5 emails that you created for me that were really great. Somehow it's just like I was editing and it just getting quicker to value to them and less about the story about me and us. So I got 2 emails solid right now, and I'm not going to force it. I know the next one's going to come. And right now about 60 people are waiting for number 3, and that's fine. Here's the opportunity now. It's also because of energetically what's happening. I just noticed that Samina, I could feel, she'd never admit it, never, but I could feel like she's really excited about the offer that I came up with for her, the implementation whole thing. So strategy wise, right? So I created this email so this is the whole email sequence. Don't need to get into it. And then here's Samina's email sequence. There's nothing in it. So what's going to happen is, organically, the people that are in here that are like unsubscribing or making it clear that they are absolutely not interested in All Addictions Anonymous, then I can move them out of this sequence and move them either to Samina's sequence or a third sequence, which will be like my turnaround stuff and my business stuff. But right now the energy is like with Samina, right? So what we need to do is find, like, before we actually put them in here. So I want you to start the process of writing Samina's 5 emails is the bottom line, right? But before we do that, we need to look at it like, forget about writing an email. Like, let's just look at creating Samina's thing, because I could tell she's like kind of wishes that she had like one person opting in a day, as a result of like 2 people going to her page. So let's create the same type of success together, you and I and Samina, to shoot for the same thing, to have an opt-in page for her that causes 1 out of 2 people that come to that page to give the email address. So I'm just going to show you what I noticed that isn't working, and I got an idea. So let's go here. If we go to Samina's my1111agreement.com, okay, it's a great story. It's powerful. This calendar needs to be replaced with an opt-in form because we can't. There's no analytics with this. We don't know how many people are coming to the page, and we're in the big. It's a big ask to book up an appointment. So we want to create the same kind of thing, a form, simple form, put your email address and first name. Okay. Now here's what I noticed. Okay, so that doesn't work, right? There's nothing. So what I saw was me taking this my1111agreement.com domain and pointing it to this page. Yes, we will do that so that when Samina's doing her Facebook Lives, people click this. It doesn't seem like it's salesy. It takes to the story page, but the story page will just be a page on a different site, right? So it's like that way we make the main site. The main site should be this: www.missionmarketing.tv. There should be like it should just be something that has people opt in, being interested in definitely the story of my1111agreement.com, and what that means to them. So just imagine this was missionmarketing.tv, and then I clicked here, and there was like our story would take them to this page right here, which could be edited, of course. I mean, I haven't even read it, but it's basically, a beautiful story for people to bring people to gently off of Facebook and her real social community, like people that, they want to know her story because they know her. But if we're going to get 1 out of 2 people opting in from going to a landing page for Samina, there's no way a story is going to do it. Like, this is total benefit driven, and it's mysterious. There's curiosity. It's got all the elements. A hook. This could even be the hook. Non-traditional. Log into our free membership site and get the help you need. Like, it's really clear, right? It's really clear to the people that are coming on looking for this, right? So we need something like that. Even if it was this exact design, like, I'd have no problem with that. The exact design, exact page. Why not? But it's like mission marketing. And then when they go to mission marketing, it's like something gets them to log in. But you don't have to come up with that right now, John, because that would just delay things. Either we're inspired and the hook comes to us, the whole thing comes to us or right away, or it doesn't. But no matter what we do want is a sequence starting, getting written, that at the very least can be sent to all the people in Kartra as they're showing lack of interest in All Addictions Anonymous. We start bringing them over to Samina's My 1111 agreement story. Now, I know that just sounded confusing, right? What I just said. I'm saying mission marketing. I'm saying 1111. Yeah. The people that already have a knowledge of Samina, like they're on her email list, right? Bringing them into the story, the people that are already in the list, the 1,200 people, bringing them into this story strategically through sequencing over the next, 6 months. They'll all end up being in Samina's sequence. So we don't want to take them all from like straight into like an offer or on marketing, right? All Addictions is general enough that it could appeal to absolutely anyone. Mission marketing, no. So that's why we want to like have the next sequence of writing talking about Samina. So it's like, 5 emails about Samina's story, in particular, the My 1111 agreement .com story. Like that's that story. That's a beautiful story, right? So people that know her on Facebook, which is doing her daily Facebook Live, they click the My 1111 agreement, and then they come in here and they opt in for some reason, and then they get, the first email, which starts to tell the story. But how do you tell the story? I'll put that on pause right now. I don't need to know how to tell a story. We've already talked about it, and I'm sure we can refine that. We're just talking strategy right now. So, and the My 1111 agreement story is also going to be on Samina's mission marketing site, right? But it's just that it's on the home page. Sorry, the home page of Mission Marketing TV has a different type of hook. If this were Mission Marketing TV, sorry, dude. If this page like had a way to opt in, like it was powerful message right there, right, as well, that would take them into a different type of story that we're not doing right now, which is all about helping them with their marketing, whatever that ends up being. But we're not there just yet. We're optimizing what we're already doing with email sequencing. And so if I'm going to handle the rest of the AAA sequencing emails right now, then let's have you come and help Samina with hers. Telling the 1111 story in such a way that it is bringing people to, how awesome she is and what she can do for people with implementation. Obviously, a person that's done a Facebook Live every day, that's so many of them for over 3 years, that that's impressive. Um, okay, and then back to yeah. So again, we don't have to focus on the mission marketing right now. That'll come next or after. If this were missionmarketing.tv, which it is, and there was a thing that said our story, that our story is where my 1111agreement.com will be pointing to. Yeah, it's all about implementing. So somehow people are going to be put into a new sequence. We're going to put them over there, and the first email of the sequence, we still have to have an intention of the emails, but it's just subtle and gentle. It's like her story, but like in her story, every aspect of the way we're telling her story in 5 emails is highlighting what is non-traditional, unique about, what Samina provides that, compared to other people, which is like you can't compare it to anyone else. There's no one who can do what Samina can do. She's answering a unique problem, just like All Addictions Anonymous is answering a very unique problem. So the question is, are the people that are going to be coming into this, all of them like being interested in learning video and marketing? No. So you don't start there. The story starts with, what this agreement, the 1111 agreement, and what started out as a well-being thing or whatever, and then it turns into, I got all this attention. Like I don't know where these fit into all the 5 emails. Maybe the fifth email is like all this attention that I got, and the marketing on video by this whatever, you know I don't know. The thing is that she wants to sell is implementing. So the fact that she did it every day, that means she implemented it. The fact that she, she has to highlight her coaching clients that she got as a result of implementing, and what she'd have to do to prove that, that she's teaching something that she's an expert in. She just has to share her experience with me. As long as it's like, yeah, we never gave it a name, but everything I did with Scott is like was helping him implement and him helping me implement, like where we literally booked time on Zoom and often didn't talk to we didn't have to talk to each other a lot, you know. Anyway, I think I'm just getting lost in my communication because I'm like part of my mind is trying to like tell you all the sales pieces when I just want to just explain the actual task is to create a 5 email sequence based around Samina's My 1111 agreement story that leads people through the journey of these emails to see that she's an expert and really extraordinary story, and she's a woman who makes shit happen, and in the context of like only she was able to make things happen to the degree because she had someone that was helping her implement. And then now she realizes she was doing the same for me. That's what's helped me. And she's like taking credit for helping me implement, get AAA off the ground, like make it like her heroic marketing story, with her humble tone. And what's great is actually you could do Samina's story starting from a little bit of her worry addiction. Let's think this is coming to me now. Check this out. www. Okay, there's a bit of like she's at 1160 days today. There's a bit of her worry stories are really up here. Just those 3 paragraphs you might want to look at. Like maybe it's like starts because we're thinking about AAA as well, connecting it with All Addictions Anonymous, and we ultimately would love it if we could, help addicts or people in recovery, make money doing what they love. Like that's what's I think ultimately Samina and I would love to do together. Be helping a portion of the people we're helping in my whole addiction world that I'm passionate about that also could be an ideal candidate for, Samina. But let's not forget that Samina's offer to people is going to make really clear that because of her 1111 agreement, she has this most powerful resource that you can check him out at turnaround.tv that John's writing the stuff for. He's at $500 an hour, and you get to have this guy, as part of my team. And anyway, story starts out with because of my worry, you know, I needed human connection to get out of the worry, the 1111 agreement. Boom. And then that 1111 agreement ends up causing Samina to make money without even having any offers, right? It's just like the attention alone did that. And then Samina could tell her success stories around that. It's 22 grand, 16 grand. But all the time, you're always making it clear, yet they paid her for that coaching, but they all did so knowing that even if they weren't going to meet me or talk to me, they knew that that Samina was going to be talking to me behind the scenes in between sessions and like literally talking about her clients. And that's what we did. So this is all part of what will end up being her offer. I guess we got to know the offer, obviously, just before we go and start writing the sequence. But the story makes sense. And then that's it. That's enough to get going. That's enough to get going. 3 emails. Think of it as like, okay, what's the first email that would be in Samina's sequence to a person that has just come out of the All Addictions Anonymous email sequence? And it's like leading into like, yeah, I had an addiction to worry, and this very unique way for, was got me out of that. And it wasn't the 12 steps. It was, boom, something out of the box, a complexity solution. And yeah, it turns out that we start telling the story about the 1111 platform, which you can incorporate in your emails by going here. Yeah, I think pretty well this is it. If you feel there's any edits that should be done to this page, obviously, do them. It's just Samina's success story, right? It's beautiful. From addiction to worry to an unusual solution, non-traditional, the 1111 platform, daily connection agreement, to, yeah, yeah, let's start with that. So at least we can start getting people connected to Samina while we're putting together and giving thought on how to package her offer. Yeah, we want to do this first. Let's start bringing people into Samina's story. All right.